Hello, everyone. Welcome to our show today called NG 英文. My name is John Drummond, or Yang Holland.
Hello, 大家好，欢迎各位再度来到 NG 英文，我是 Angela.
We have a great episode for you today with my slashy friend, Grace Lin. We'll explain what that means later in the episode.
对啊，今天我们很幸运的邀请到了 Grace 来到节目上跟大家做分享。那他等一下呢，除了会跟大家聊到这个斜杠人生以外，也会呢提到他在社群媒体上做 KOL 的行销的这个领域。
Thank you, Miss Angela Ma. My guest today is Taiwanese. She is a freelance translator, content writer, KOL, a slashy, social media marketing guru, and so much more. So everyone, please welcome my good friend, Grace.
Hi, I'm Grace.
Grace. Happy February to you.
Happy February back to you.
Yes, so you are a woman that wears many hats, meaning you do so many things here in Taiwan that I don't even know where to begin with you. But I think we should start in the fact that we saw each other in December at a wonderful charity event that some of our friends was putting on. Is that right?
Yes. It's called The Giving Tree.
The Giving Tree, that's right. And so we were just doing a little good vibes, good Christmas vibes for some people around Taiwan. Shout out to our friends
James
and Edwin. Yeah, James and Edwin,
Yes.
who've both been on the show now. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, much love to them. So let's dive right into it. Can we start with, Grace, what are you essentially doing in Taiwan?
访谈一开始，我们这位 Grace 到底是谁嘞？她其实是一位自由译者，一位 freelance translator。好，她常常呢都会翻译各种不同主题的专题文件，像是彩妆类的啦，好，艺术类的，或是跟社交平台甚至是娱乐圈相关的内容，她也同样都有在处理哦。这跟很多人印象中的翻译工作比起来，这相较之下，感觉这翻译好像又更好玩、更有趣许多齁。好，来这句这样用来形容 Grace 的片语 wearing so many hats， 大家知道是什么意思吗？它字面上的意思呢，虽然是说戴很多帽子，但跟戴绿帽完全没有关系哦。好啦，大家应该没有想到这个，是我自己想太多。这个片语呢，是形容一个人身兼多职。好，可能因为早年大家各行各业有没有都会有一定的帽子要戴吧，所以如果你有很多顶帽子要戴，那可能就表示你有很多个工作这样子。好，那我们现在就赶快来认识今天的来宾吧。
I do freelance translations and I have a lot of projects. And then a lot of these projects has to do with like art and cosmetics, and there's like social media stuff and also like entertainment. Yeah.
That's awesome. So essentially, this is the umbrella of translation work, and that gives you access to so many different careers and people here in Taiwan, right?
Yes.
That's so great. So how did you actually get involved with the translation scene here in Taiwan?
前面我们提到啊 Grace 她目前是一位身兼多职的自由译者，不过她当初是怎么会开始接触这领域的嘞？原来呢，她之前念 MBA， 那后来因为提早毕业，想说有时间嘛，不然来赚一些外快，然后刚好自己又同时中英文都通，才想说可以试试看翻译，结果一翻就一路翻到现在。这边我们讲的 MBA 大家都知道，就是商学院那些走商的人会念的。好，本人的先生刚好目前也就在法国念这个。那因为 MBA 它的全名很长，叫做 Master of Business Administration， 所以大家就只取这3个字的第一个字母称为 MBA。好，那如果是 GMBA 的话，这个 G 呢指的是 global 全球的，也就是 John 等一下会提到的这个 Global Master of Business Administration。
So around 5 years ago, so I went to study MBA at Taida, and then I finished all of my classes earlier, so I had a semester left to finish my thesis. And then while I was working on my thesis, I felt like I should do something to, like make money. So I was like, oh, why not do translation? Because, my Chinese and English is, pretty okay. So that's why I began doing translation work.
Yeah, that's great. And yeah, you were doing a global master's of business administration.
Yes.
And I was thinking about your work within kind of the entertainment and social media scene.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your relationship to social media and entertainment here in Taiwan?
在这段内容里呢 Grace 讲到啊，她因为自己有认识不少娱乐圈的人，所以在社群平台上呢也被比较多人注意到，有在追踪她所以呢也让她有机会开始接触到一些厂商的邀请啊，找她做业配介绍推荐一些产品这样子。好，但是后来呢发现自己可能自己的 network 自己的认识人不够多没有足够的资源可以帮她做好这部分的工作内容。幸好呢后来因缘际会下，某个朋友刚好有相关的资源管道可以帮忙他，就是照相摄影专业的摄影团队可以帮他照产品啦或照一些比较专业的照片这样子，这才让他开始慢慢进入 KOL 行销的这个领域。那这边有一个蛮潮的字我们来认识一下， slashy 大家知道是什么意思吗？它其实呢就是指斜杠因为 slash 本身有斜线的意思，那如果你说斜杠青年你身兼多职，那职业栏呢可能就会写某某职位1然后斜线再来某某职位2再来斜线，如果有第3份工作的话那就会再加一个斜线，然后写某某职位3这样子，以此类推，所以它才会这个 slash 才会被延伸成斜杠的意思。
So I think I know a lot of entertainment industry friends. So that was why I think I was kind of noticed-ish on Instagram. And then during that time, there were people who would ask me if they can send me products and like ask me to take pictures along with their products and like introduce their things. And then I was like, okay. And then towards the end, I just felt like, I didn't have enough resources. So I was talking to a friend about it. And then my friend asked me if, I wanted to work with her. So she could give me all of her resources. Like she has a photographer, she has a team, etc. And then that was how I began to do some KOL stuff. And so this is also like my side job.
Yeah, just like me, we have many side jobs.
Yes, we are slashies.
We are slashies. Is that what we call it?
Yes.
I like it. Yeah. I do this slash this slash this.
Yeah.
I like that. I've never heard that expression before. Yeah, so now you're doing a lot of social media content for different brands and different companies,
Mm-hmm.
and you're so humble. You think that's just because you have many friends in the industry, but you're a super cool chick, and so I'm sure that has something to do with it too, right?
Thank you.
So what do you think, Grace, has kind of helped you develop your translation skills over the years, and what do you think really has helped you now as you focus on social media to grow your own brand?
紧接着 Grace 提到呢，在社群媒体上建立自己的品牌有很重要的2个关键。第一个呢就是朋友间的支持，那还有再来就是要给他们诚实有建设性的建议。因为人都是互相的嘛今天你帮我，明天我帮你，对不对？就是说如果某天某个朋友有个案子做得很棒，你该给的鼓励该给的赞扬就真的要给出去，如果做得不好也要真心给人家一些有建设性对对方有帮助的一些建议。好像有时候如果 Grace 她做自己的案子啊，朋友也会很支持她，会给她鼓励啦，或是在必要的时候给一些建议，而且也因为这样子让 Grace 她真正体悟到换位思考的真谛。那这边这个换位思考啊，或是就是说从他人的立场去思考，英文的话呢我们会用这个片语 put oneself in someone's shoes。好，字面上呢好像是在说把谁谁谁放到某个人的鞋子里，但其实这边的鞋子呢所代表的是对方的立场，对方的角度，大家不要误会哦。所以等一下 Grace 还会说 put myself in other people's shoes， 就是让自己呢从他人的角度去思考。
I actually think it's very important to be supportive because I think I have a lot of friends who their job or their works are all published to the public, and I think it's important to like give them credit when they're doing really well, or even when they're not doing that well. It's important to tell them the truth and just tell them, I think it's better if you can improve on something else. And I think with that, like I have a lot of supportive friends back to me as well. So, when I do something on social media or when I have a project being published, I have a lot of friends who are able to support me back. And I think at the same time, this brings me to being able to put myself in other people's shoes more as well. Because, I think it's important to always be kind and just be nice to people. There's, you don't need to be mean to them if they didn't do anything wrong. And I think at the same time, when you do that to people, they'll see the good in you and then they will do the same back to you.
Wow. Yeah, that was very beautiful. And it made me think about a few things, in kind of that fine line you have to walk between like being a good friend, but also being an honest friend, like giving your feedback in an honest and constructive way is a really beautiful talent, a very mature thing to have. So congratulations for that. I do see some wonderful people around you, and, that's just a product of you being true to yourself. So nice.
You're a wonderful friend too.
I pay you to say that, though, remember? But yeah, I love that. And I think that's some good friend advice, and it's also good career advice. Mm-hmm. So I wish you nothing but success with that. It makes me think, because I feel like the word of the day today for us is slashy. Mm-hmm. And the fact that we both do so many different things, but what was kind of your inspiration to be a slashy?
在这段内容里呢，我们要请 Grace 跟大家分享一些她当初会想要走斜杠这条路的原因。因为呢，她觉得自己没有办法一整天都坐在办公室里面工作，当那个朝9晚5的上班族，做一个就是8小时这样，觉得自己需要一些自由，一些个人空间去做需要做的事。那加上他在时间管理这方面能力也都还不错，而且他觉得如果是自己管理自己，好，在这样子比较弹性的工作环境下，反而呢还比较有生产力，所以才会选择做一个 slash 朝这个斜杠人生发展。3个关键字我们来认识一下。时间管理的英文说法是 time management。那如果你的时间管理做得好，那就会比较有生产力，就会更 productive。好，或是这个说法work efficiency 也同样可以表达工作效率的意思。如果你今天想要改善自己的工作效率，想要 improve your work efficiency， 那最有用的方法就是要做好 time management， 也就是什么？对，就是时间管理啦。
Basically, I just realized I'm more of a person who needs my freedom. I can't be stuck at a certain place for I don't know, 8 hours straight. I just feel like I can't do that. I can't be more productive. When I'm more, I think, it's better for me to have my own time and do whatever I need to do, because I think I do have time management, and that's why I can do a lot of freelance work. And, I'm just more productive that way.
Yeah, totally. I couldn't agree more. And I think you said something very important there, time management. And I think before, when I was younger, maybe I didn't have as much time management, but now I do, and that makes me extremely efficient doing many different things. Mm-hmm. Yeah, beautifully said. And thinking a little bit, though, about the future, Grace, if you don't mind sharing with our audience, what do you want to be focusing on maybe in 2021 and beyond, as you are, like you said, a slashy, meaning you have many jobs, many focuses, but is there anything you want to build on more in 2021?
再来 Grace 会分享到在工作上呢，他希望未来的志向要再远大一点，好，要勇敢跨出自己的舒适圈，去尝试去接触一些自己以前没有做过的事情。虽然说他的个性是比较偏保守一点啦，觉得自己做自己在行的事情就好了，但他毕竟也快要32岁了，不希望以后来后悔说，哎呀，年轻的时候应该要怎么样怎么样，所以未来呢，在这方面会再多督促自己一点。那这边讲的志向远大英文我们可以说 ambitious， 但是要小心哦，有时候因为情境，因为前后文的不同，它也会变得比较带有一点负面的意思在，变成是在说一个人很有野心、不安分。我举2个例子来给你比较一下，像如果你帮人写推荐信有没有，那你说这个人很 ambitious， 那就是正面的意思，是在表达说这个人他事情都会做好做满，很认真在工作。但是呢，如果某个事业家事业做很大但是整个成功的过程呢，可能都是 踩着别人上来的啦或是为了做事业家里都不管了，抛家弃子这样子。那这个时候呢，使用它的 ambitious 想当然就会变是比较负面的意思，所以这个字大家在用的时候呢要多注意一点哦。
With work-wise, I think I want to, accomplish something greater or bigger. So I want to be more ambitious. To me, like being more ambitious means to step out of my comfort zone because I'm kind of like a very 保守的人 because I just feel like, being able to do things that I'm already very comfortable in doing is what I want to do. But I think at this age, I'm like turning 32 in the end of this year. I just feel like I should do something to my life.I don't want to, regret it later on in the future.
Yeah. This is another kind of piece of life advice of, we get so good at doing things we are comfortable with, right? Mm-hmm. That timeless wisdom of, stepping out of your comfort zone and being a little more ambitious to try new things.
Yes.
So respect to that. I think you're growing that growth mindset, and I'm excited to see where that takes you the rest of this year and beyond.So, Grace, if you don't mind us transitioning a little bit here on NG英文, can we share a bit about your life? So, I love that you have such command of English and Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're talking off air, you are just effortlessly flowing between both.
Yes.
So, can you share a little bit of your backstory? Where did you grow up? What is your early life?
接下来 Grace 分享到她虽然在美国出生，但过没多久还在婴儿时期的时候就搬回台湾住了。不过在台湾也是都一路念美国学校念到高中毕业，然后到大学呢又再回到美国念，也难怪她英文这么溜。只是呢毕业后回来台湾，因为语言环境的改变嘛，让他的英文退步，中文进步，让变成这两种语言呢在脑里相互冲突，搞得他有时候转不过来，讲话会中英穿插，变得很像在讲 Chinglish。因为有一些字有时候真的一时就是讲不出来，想不起来要怎么讲，比如说他在唠英文啊或者什么的，大家不要误会他。
Okay, so I was born in the US and then I moved back to Taiwan when I was just a few months old.And then I went to an American school since kindergarten until I graduated from high school. And then I went to Purdue for college. And then I moved back in 2011, so December of 2011. And then basically, after I moved back, I realized my English kind of, got worse. And I feel like I improved my Chinese. But at the same time, I feel like I'm not really, really good at both languages. That's why I do a lot of Chinglish. I like to 穿插很多中文英文一起. Yeah, that's why, I feel like when I talk to people, they might think I'm annoying, but I'm not really trying to show off anything. This is just really who I am.
Yeah, and you want to keep both of those languages alive, so you're using them both, as you call Chinglish. So can you explain a little bit what does Chinglish mean to you right now?
前面我们讲到 Grace 她因为有时候脑袋里面的中文英文转换的速度没有那么快，常常呢就会两个语言相互穿插讲 Chinglish。 好，但是她这边指的 Chinglish 不是一般我们讲的中式英文哦，而是指像她这样子中文英文在一句话里面相互穿插着用，这样可能中文知道但是英文忘记了，好，或是英文知道但是中文不确定要怎么讲，所以呢就会用当下自己可以最快讲出来的那个语言来表达。那这边他等一下要讲的这个 vocab 其实就是指 vocabulary， 好，就是单字词汇。那 John 说的 command 意思呢是对某个知识的运用能力，像他说 Grace has a command of both languages， 就是在表达 Grace 她两个语言呢都会用都会讲。
So with Chinglish, it's more of like at the top of my head,I'm speaking to someone in English right now, right? And then at the top of my head, I can't think of the vocabulary of what I want to say. So I'll just 讲中文 to like 快速带过, So it's more of like I don't know, like sound like I'm okay with both languages, but to be honest, like I'm actually lacking in one of the vocabs.
Well, I think you're being very humble
No.
because I think the truth is though, yeah, you find it easier to find certain vocab in one or the other language, which usually does mean though that you have a command of both. So you are fluent, you are almost native in both languages, I'd say. But yeah, sometimes, we're in Taiwan, so you're probably speaking more Chinese now daily.
Yes.
Right? So now probably Chinese is first in your mind, but English is still a big majority of your life. So
yes.
Yeah, you're pulling both. And I think it's very beautiful and humble that you said you just flip effortlessly through it, and you don't mean to show off that language. That's just who you are. That's Grace.
Yes.
Nice. I can't help but think about, the fact that you have so many friends around Taiwan and essentially the world. But since we are both in Taiwan right now, I kind of want to combine this question about friendship and ways to apply your language skills. So can you help our audience maybe think about how they can build up their friend base in, foreign friend base or Taiwanese friend base? How can they build those like real connections that you seem to build so effortlessly?
如果有在 follow 他消息的朋友们，可能都会知道说 Grace 他的朋友真的很多，所以现在呢，他就要来跟大家聊一些他建立朋友圈的秘诀。其实说到底呢，就是交心这2个字啦，我觉得。那相信各位听众朋友也一定都知道，不管人家是从哪里来，或是什么年纪、什么背景，只要我们真心，不是真心换绝情呢，只要我们真心去交朋友，可以换位思考的话，那相信朋友一定是源源不绝嘛。如果又可以聊一些彼此都有共鸣的话题，都是同温层的话呢，哇，那大概全天下都是你的朋友了吧。
Well, so I have different groups of friends, and there are my ABC friends and my local friends, and I just try to put myself in other people's shoes. So whenever I'm with my ABC friends, I try to speak in English or whichever language that they feel comfortable with, and we talk about more Western things, like maybe sharing them what I've just watched recently on Netflix, or telling them, whatever happened to me in the US that, back in the day or whatever. And then with my local friends, obviously I'll try to speak to them in Chinese, and I'll share to them, some drama that I recently watched on TV. And then I'll tell them, I think this is good, or a song that I think is 很好听. Yeah, stuff like that. So, trying to relate. And then at the same time, let them know that, 我真的是发自内心的在跟大家交朋友. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that, Grace. So perfect and so true to who you are. Unfortunately, that is leading us to our last question here on NG 英文, and that is, if you could go back in time and talk to a younger Grace, would there be any advice you give yourself about language or life?
访谈最后他跟大家分享到前阵子自己因为不听话不喝水，然后蔬菜水果也都吃很少，结果把身体闹出病来，得了 kidney stones 的这个肾结石，整个痛得不得了。但是呢，他也却因为那次经验，就深深体会到说，人生就是要自己去亲身经历过了，才会知道说什么是自己要的，什么是自己不要的。因为我们毕竟是人类嘛，不会永远都听人家建议，不会说人家讲什么我们就做什么，所以他希望呢，我们大家有机会就要多去体验人生，经历人生，我们经验值越多，学到的呢也才会越多。那现在就赶快来听访谈最后这段分享吧。
To be honest, I would say not really, because, we're all humans, and all human beings,他们就是要自己做过之后才知道适不适合自己. You really have to give everything a try yourself first before you know if this suits you or not. You can't just listen to people's advice and be like, okay, I'm going to listen to you. Because, for example, what happened to me recently. So, I apparently had kidney stones 2 weeks ago, and before that, my mom would always tell me, hey, Grace, you need to drink more water, or you need to eat more veggies, or you need to, I don't know, eat more fruits or whatever. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. But I'm like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do that. And then up until 2 weeks ago when, it started hurting and then I had to go to the ER, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't think I can do it. Because, I used to, I can tolerate a lot of pain. But with that, I couldn't take it. So ever since this happened, I've been drinking a lot of water. So what I want to say is try to experience a lot of different things in life, and you will learn along the way.
Woo! Yeah, learning by doing, learning through experience. I could not agree more. And I think about all the times, my mom or dad would say something to me, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And then I would go through it, and I'm like, oh, I get it now.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that's great advice, and that makes us who we are today. So well said. Well, Grace, you are wonderful. Thank you for joining us this morning on NG Ingwen. Where can people follow along with your wonderful life on social media?
I have Instagram. My Instagram account is gracelin.x.
.x.
Yes, .x.
I love it. gracelin.x. All right, Grace. Well, it's been a pleasure, and we will talk to you very, very soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Peace. All right. Well, that is our NG Ingwen show for today. We hope everyone enjoyed listening to that. You can connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Spotify. You can search NG Ingwen, or you can search on IG, NG English, ICRT. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday morning from 6:30 to 7, and Wednesday night from 9 to 9:30. We'll catch you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
好啦，今天的节目就到这边告一段落啦，感谢各位的收听，别忘了订阅我们的 Spotify 还有 YouTube 频道哦。那喜欢我们节目的话，也要记得到 Instagram 到 IG 上追踪我们哦。如果各位有什么其他问题是想要问来宾的，也请欢迎在底下留言告诉我们，我们一定会想办法帮你问到手。好啦，那就下周在空中相会咯，拜拜。